We just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. How do you assess that? What are your thoughts on the game?
As a Tottenham fan, I thought it was fantastic to see post-Nuno the passion's back, the excitement's back. I think the tactics are clear. Harry Winks was a different player, for example. I thought everyone put a shift in, bar Tanguy Ndombele, who seems to be still a pedestrian player in our team. But the counter-attacking was also there. And we, in all honesty, at half-time, it should have been 3 or 4-0 up. I think it's looking bright, and Antonio Conte has instilled that real injection of pace back into the side, so exciting times ahead.
Who was your man of the match today from a Tottenham point of view?
I think for me, probably Harry Winks, which means possibly one of two things. A, he stays in the team and he develops further, or B, his price has gone up by 10 million when we sell him to Newcastle. Yeah, I thought he was absolutely superb, spraying the ball around like a new age Luka Modric.
Dele Alli, should he get a run in the team, or do you think he'll be a player potentially could go Newcastle in January?
I think Dele Alli was absolutely fantastic, and he was turning up in the box last minute, akin to 4 or 5 years ago. I think the challenge that Dele Alli has is that in that 3-5-2 model that Conte wants to play, where's his position? And that's going to be the challenge, because you're probably going to have Son and Kane at that top. And that's where Ali really needs to be if he's going to add value. But today was phenomenal as well. And I think you saw that when he came off, the crowd was singing his name. And that's not been the case, arguably, since Old Trafford when he scored in the first few games for Mourinho.
Let's talk a little bit about Harry Kane. Registered his second goal, home goal of the season today. Where do you stand on Harry Kane as a Tottenham fan?
Personally, I'd like to see the investment of the Kane fee into the team. I personally think it's probably time for him to move on. However, on the positive note, it's great to see him scoring today. I still think you can see from his body language in post-match interviews, you can see from his body language after missing certain chances, that he's not quite at it. And I think you saw that in about 2 or 3 minutes to go. There's a looping ball, I think, from Winks. Kane was probably about 70% of the Kane that we know and love. So I would invest the money back into the team, personally.
Under Conte, you've seen a genuine improvement. You've just picked up points off arguably one of the best sides in Europe. What would be your goals and aspirations for January? Do you think they'll spend?
I think you have to spend. I think the only reason you bring Antonio Conte is because you've promised to spend. And I think we certainly need investment in that midfield area. I think we probably need another centre-back. And I think we probably need a pacey forward if we're going to sell Kane. So we definitely need investment. And I think you don't bring Paratici and Conte in if you're not going to invest.
Vlahovic could be a signing.
But Vlahovic would be an amazing signing. But the fact is he's taken over Ronaldo's record in Serie A today. Are we going to get him? I think it's more likely to go to Man City. But that would be an incredible signing. I would have said the same about Antonio Conte a few months ago. So I think if we can get hold of him, it really shows ambition in the club.
Are you confident, quite finally, that Tottenham can make a surge for top 4 Champions League this season?
I'm confident, yeah. After that performance there, that's the old Tottenham. That injection of pace, that counter-attacking spirit against the top teams. And let's not forget that back 5 is working a magic treat at the moment. Ben Davies was covering behind Ryan Sessegnon when he was going forward. I think Davinson Sanchez looks a different player. Dyer looks a commanding force. I think if they carry on like they are today, bear in mind with a weakened second-string midfield, I think we've got every chance of challenging.
Pitch football, James Helder, we just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Can you give me your instant reaction to the game, please?
Feels like we've dropped a few points, to be honest. We had so many chances first half. So many went wide and went missing. I don't know, but Liverpool gave us a fair game second half, so I guess take it on to account, it's probably a fair result, but it doesn't feel like it. So.
Is it justification of how far in the short time you've come under Conte, the fact you're anticipating beating teams like Liverpool?
Well, definitely. I think we've seen some improvement. I mean, Davies is starting to play. Ali today put in a performance. I mean, there's definitely changes, and let's hope it continues.
Harry Kane scored a goal at home. What does that mean to you as a Tottenham fan?
Brilliant. He needed that so much, and see that first thing was just fantastic.
James Helder, Pitch Football. We just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Can you give me your instant reaction to the game? How do you assess that?
Right. I'll assess that is Harry Kane. I think he could have, put 2 away. He started dancing around a little bit like a clown. They didn't use the wingers enough, and I feel like they could have utilised, some central play. At the end of the day, I don't think 2-2 justify. I think Tottenham could have really put this home today if Harry Kane did have, obviously sunk that header in when he had his head up, when he should have had his head down. and that's it basically. And it's just unfortunate they drew.
Do you think Tottenham could have potentially dropped 2 points here then? You think Tottenham could have got all three today?
Yeah, well, potentially, yeah, they could have dropped 2 points, but luckily they were able to secure the midfield, and they slipped up a little bit at the back, but they were, count themselves lucky they got a point today, actually.
Harry Kane's first goal at home in a long time. How does it feel to have him back on the score sheet here?
It feels good to have him back on the score sheet, but I feel he's a bit, he's lacking that, he needs to play more games. He needs to play more games, and then he'll start building up that momentum again, to get back there in that Harry Kane mode, as we know, as sharp as a razor.
Have you seen an improvement in the team under Conte so far?
I've seen a few improvements. So I think they could actually sort of develop themselves in midfield a little bit. But yeah, there is a little bit of improvement. They need to spend a little bit more money, I think.
Do you reckon they will in January? Do you reckon Daniel Levy will get the check?
All that credit in the ground. I think January they should start looking at some more players. You know what I mean? And then see how things go from there.
Do you think they'll make a push for the top four this season, or do you think it's a task too hard, too much?
They stand a good chance of being even in the top three, depending on how they discipline themselves in midfield, because the midfield's a little bit shaky at the moment. If they tighten up a bit and then start sharpening up their forward plays and stop dancing around a bit on the goal and hoping that things come off the post, then we'll be all right. That's it. No chances off the post, you know what I mean? Yeah? All right, then.
Thank you for your time today. It's great to get you on pitch football.
Yeah, and we're Bright Light Mental Health Solutions. We do help people who are in isolation and who are unfortunate to come out like for everyday things like going to sports and things like that. So Bright Light Mental Health Solutions, and that's what we're about, bro. Right?
Thanks for your time. It's great to get you on pitch football. Thank you very much. Held a pitch football. We just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Give me your instant reaction to the game, please, sir.
Probably the best game I've seen all season. Tottenham were amazing. I've been coming up every home game this season, and that was the best performance from all the players on the park.
In your opinion, what made Tottenham and this game stand out so much for you?
I think there's a chances we created. It was more than we normally do. The passing from midfield was a lot better than what it normally is. Dele Alli had a great game for a person that hasn't really, performed for us for this season, but he done well today. Should have scored, but he didn't.
Where do you stand on Dele Alli? Do you think that we can get that player back, that potential of 2017 Dele Alli?
Well, after today's performance, he probably can. But obviously the last two managers didn't see much in him because obviously he probably wasn't doing enough. But today, I think he's proved to the manager that he's done enough. And I think he deserves to stay with us.
Have you noticed notable improvements under Conte so far this season?
Well, today's game has proved that point. He's obviously put his stamp on his way he plays, the way he's got the players playing. It's just, proper. Good manager.
Harry Kane netted at the stadium today. Been a long time waiting on that home goal. Talk me through it from your point of view.
I think when you get someone that's your top striker and scored one goal all season, and then he goes and scores the opener, and great relief for the lad, and obviously for the supporters because we stick by him. I think he sticks by us, and like we said, he's a Tottenham lad through and through, and that's it basically, And the way he performed today, amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Think Tottenham can make a surge for top four this season?
On that performance today, yes, I probably can. But they had to perform like that every game. It's no good just doing 1 out of 4 or 5, performing like they did today. But yes, if they perform like this, they can probably finish in the top 4, yeah.
Who was your man of the match today for Tottenham? Who stood out for you?
I would probably say Dele Alli. He's obviously, the manager said to him today, this is your last chance. Just go out there and do what you can do. Show us what you can do 2-3 years ago. And I think he did that today. If he had scored that goal, which he missed, I mean, I could have probably put that in myself. But he hit it well, he struck it nicely, but he just didn't put that goal. But if he put that goal in, he would have been man of the match here. Yeah.
James Elder, pitch football, just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Give me your instant reaction to the game. How do you assess that?
Right, okay. First instance, basically Spurs, if they can't win that one against Liverpool, then obviously they're probably not going to, are they? The amount of chance they've had, the amount of one-on-ones. Alisson pulled out 3 or 4 out of the bag. But Spurs deserved the win. Liverpool didn't deserve to be 2-1 up, but as a Liverpool fan, we'll take 2-2.
Who was your man of the match today? Who do you think's really stood out for you in today's game?
I'd say Alisson, even though he was at fault for the second goal.
Is this a big sort of dramatic moment? Is this a big dramatic moment for Liverpool, this dropping points? Could this be title deciding time?
No, I think it's too early for that. Yeah, I think there's still time.
Still time.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Tottenham look an improved side under Conte, in your opinion?
100% looked improved, yeah. That'd have been 4-5-0 beforehand. They wouldn't have been as organised as what they were today. It was long ball today through them, but it worked. Liverpool weren't at their best, missing Van Dijk. But yeah, no, Spurs done all right today. They deserved the result.
How crucial is Van Dijk to the Liverpool team?
Oh, of course he is. He's massive, just for organisation and obviously what he brings to the side. Like I think a lot of them balls over the top or whatever else he'd have cut out. You know, Konate's a bit naive with the Premiership and didn't deal with a few of them over the top, letting Harry Kane run onto him, and the pace of was it Ali and Son running through as well. He couldn't handle it, so. Yeah, I thought it'd have made a massive difference today if he was in the side. So.
Dele Alli looked like a player to you today?
Did today, actually. I was very surprised. I saw him starting line-up and I thought, oh, well, no problems. But yeah, he done his job. He done all right.
Pitch football just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool, fellas. Obviously nice to have you here. Give us your instant reaction to the game.
Very good. We're from South Africa. I'm a Liverpool fan. My old man's a Spurs fan. So,
wow, incredible.
Well, I allowed him into the stadium just to come and watch some decent football.
So we'll take the 2-2 and we'll move on and go have a beer together. So
Really great game today. How does this game rate to past games that you've watched?
we haven't watched many, to be honest. And the last one I watched was a 0-0 draw to West Ham. So I'll take it. 2 goals. It's a good atmosphere. You enjoy it?
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you and enjoy the rest of your time. Thank you very much. Pitch football just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Fellas, nice to have you here. Give us your instant reaction to the game. How do you assess that?
Needed point before Christmas. Game's in hand, in fourth place. Yeah.
Tottenham really impressive today for you?
Yeah, I think with Dele Alli back in form, hopefully this is a sign.
Glad you mentioned Dele Alli. He seems to have been out of favours for the last 2 managers. Do you think he done enough today to get a little run in the team?
Deserves it. Good performance from him. Yeah. Created the goal in the first half, didn't he? Well, part of the run-up, yeah.
What do you think?
As we know, Dele Alli is always inconsistent. He has a game and then he goes, but let's hope this is a sign.
Who was your man in the match today for Tottenham? Who do you think really stood out?
Oh, it's a tough one. Who do you reckon?
Davinson Sanchez was solid at the back. Hugo Lloris was good.
All of them put a good shift in, to be fair, didn't they? Ndombele was a bit disappointing, but...
What have you made as Tottenham's improvements under the new manager?
Yeah, a lot more goals. A lot more goals involved. Defensive, but you're getting results, and that's what's needed, isn't it?
I think that formation and system suits Harry Kane. We saw him score today, first time in a long time.
You know, getting a goal's a goal. That's what a striker does. So that's what you need.
With the defence as well, we can see they're a lot more like they're built a lot more well together. Yeah, with Conte as well, and we love that. Yeah.
Listen, gentlemen, I've got to say, it's great to get you on Pitch Football. Please download our free app. It's completely free. You'll find us on all the social medias at Pitch Football. And have yourself a good evening. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Held a Pitch Football. We just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Boys, give me your instant reaction to the game. How do you assess that?
You know what? I expected to be getting dick, to be honest, if I can say that. I expected to lose to Liverpool, but I felt we were hard done by. You know, that was that Salah handball was a bit contentious. I think we should have won that. I don't know about you.
What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, I was coming into this thinking we were going to get smoked. But yeah, first time I've seen us come out and actually go for a game in a really long time. And apparently, we couldn't see the second goal because obviously we're in the stand, but everyone on WhatsApp after the game was saying like there was a handball in the mix, and I think Son missed a good chance, Kane missed a good chance, and like maybe we should have gone out and won it. But however, the effort was there, positive sort of game, so yeah, no regrets. And I think we could take positives, go out into the next game, I think we could beat the majority of teams. You know, this is the second best team in Europe and we gave it a good game and probably should have won. So yeah.
Testament to how far you've come under Conte in such a short time.
If we could finish, we'd have won that. We missed way too many chances.
We could have finished and exactly. And if a few decisions went our way, that's a comfy win. But it is what it is. They're a great team and they look comfy, so thank you.
One player I want to focus on a little bit before you go is Dele Alli. Hasn't been able to get a run in the team out of the last few managers. Done enough today, in your boys' opinion, to get a little run of games?
Thing is, he's one of those players where we've been saying this for years. Like when Jose came in and that West Ham game, he was unbelievable the first game. And the thing is, he'll do that today and he'll play next week and it'll be shocking. If he can do that for 3, 4, 5 games, different game, but different story, but it's a long way to come back, to be honest. I don't know about you.
What do you stand on it?
Yeah, I thought first half, I said to Ellis, like, the hardest I've seen him work for probably years. Like, he was running hard, sliding, which I'd never see him do, like working hard. Did some nice little runs where unfortunately didn't pay off. Obviously that chance in the first half that fell to him, I don't know what happened because we were quite far, but it looked like he had a really good chance. I think he just got unlucky today not to have some sort of goal contribution. If he keeps playing like that, yeah, fair, but it's like, you look at him against Mura and it's like he couldn't even fucking control the ball. I really like the guy and I know he wants to do well and I think all the fans really like him, but yeah, it's consistency. If he keeps it up, I think he'll be part of the plans, but this could be a showcase for someone to sign him in January. I think that's the reason he might have played.
Let's talk Harry Kane. Where do you boys stand on Harry Kane? I know he scored an all-important second goal of the season, I do believe. Where do you stand on Harry Kane currently?
He's one of them players, isn't it? Like, he was my guy for ages, but this season I've been so against him the way he's playing. And when he scored that goal, I can't lie, I was leading the charts of his name. So it's difficult. He's in there somewhere, but he needs to keep doing that. I would never have banked on him scoring against Liverpool this season. So maybe Conte can turn it around because last season he was unreal.
Yeah, I used to absolutely worship the guy. Like, I had such an affinity towards him. But yeah, after the news in the summer, I thought, hang on, like. It leaves a bit of taste in your mouth, but obviously I've still got love for him. And then he started in poor form, which I think a lot comes with the knocking confidence with like the whole situation. But yeah, scoring today was good. Apparently he missed quite a good chance, and obviously it was a contentious tackle. But yeah, he scored against one of the best teams in Europe. So yeah, we've got to be happy with that. Let's hope we can build on it. I think City might grab Vlahovic, and maybe Kane gets left behind. So I think he might be here for the long haul. But yeah, happy with him today.
Pitch football, Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Just witnessed a great game. What's your instant reaction to it, sir?
I thought we were unlucky. Liverpool went down to 10 men, but I'm happy with the result now.
Yeah.
But I think some of the decisions in the first half were very harsh. Maybe Kane should have gone. I thought we should have had a penalty.
Yeah.
But that's football and we'll carry on. And at the end of the day, it'll be ours at the end of the season come May.
Who was your man of the match today?
Trent, I thought he'd done very well.
Are these the type of games that can decide the title, in your opinion? Is it two massive points dropped for Liverpool?
No, personally, I don't think we've dropped 2 points today. Still a long way to go. Chelsea dropped points like we have, but we're going to watch where City are going now.
Held a pitch football, just witnessed Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. Phil, give me your instant reaction to the game. How do you assess that?
Very pleased with the result. We should have won. All the chances we had in the first half, the game should have been beyond Liverpool. But that's Spurs, unfortunately. But under Conte, we are looking like a top 4 team. And, you know, that's what we want. We want a little bit of effort. The players that came in today, Dele, Sessegnon, Harry Winks, all had great games, really good. So very encouraging and encouraging for the rest of the season. So well done Spurs.
Where do you stand on Dele Alli? Do you think his performance today warrants a little run in the team, a run of games?
Definitely. I think with a little bit of a run in and game practice, he will score goals. I mean, the chance that he didn't really miss because Alisson saved it. We all thought he missed it, but looking at it in slow motion, Alisson saved it. So, you know, he played well. He just needs a little bit of confidence and game time, which is what I think Conte will give him, because I think Conte, you could see at the end that Conte was quite pleased with him. So, you know, he should stay.
Harry Kane scored today. All forgiven with Harry Kane? Is he back to being the jewel in the crown again?
How can you ever not forgive Harry Kane? Harry Kane is our main man, and you know, he should never have thought about going, but I could understand why he thought he might need to go, but he doesn't need to go, and he's here and he's going to stay, and he'll see out his career at Tottenham, and he'll get the great Jimmy Greaves' record, no doubt about that. Yeah, that's great stuff.
Thank you ever so much for your time today, Phil. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. Thank you, buddy. Take it easy.
Cheers.